Hey guys, this is Alex Divison, and today I'll be going over the third video in a series of videos detailing the neighborhood amenities feature. Now, in the previous videos that I went over, I discussed the brief introduction detailing the neighborhood amenities feature. And I also went over a user guide and a developer guide for this feature. For users, we went over how they would navigate the product details page and how they would utilize the neighborhood amenities feature to view various amenities around a property of interest, and how they would view various details on specific amenities. And for developers, we showed how they would further develop and implement improved functionality for this feature in in subsequent BreazeHome versions. Now, in this video, we'll be going over the various shortcomings this feature has and what I would like to be implemented for this feature going on. Now, if you have any questions at the end of the video pertaining to what was discussed, feel free to contact me. I'll be displaying my contact info at the end of the video. And as always, if you have any questions pertaining to BreazeHome project at all, please feel free to contact Professor Masood Sajadi, who is acting as both the product owner and mentor for the BreazeHome 4.0 project. Now, this is the wish list that I would like for the neighborhood amenities feature. Now, if you remember from previous videos, the neighborhood amenities feature displayed various amenity categories, and when you clicked on amenity category, it would uncollapse and you would see a list of amenities in them. Now, sometimes when you clicked on an amenity category, there were no amenities underneath it because there are no amenities near that property. So, I would like if there was to implement a way to remove those empty amenity categories from the details page, so the user can't even click on them to begin with, and they're not disappointed when they click and see nothing. So that's one thing I would like to see implemented, and I wish that I could have implemented during the semester. Now, something else that I would like to see implemented and was a shortcoming in this semester was the variable radius search. Now, initially, it was my plan to allow the user to adjust the search radius when they wanted to search for amenities around their property. But as I discussed in previous videos, the Yelp API has some type of issue when you're trying to actually specify a specific radius. Like, you specify 2,000 meters around a specific property and it's still giving you amenities that are 50, 100 miles away. So I would like to see a way to actually implement a search radius outside of the Yelp API. So instead of relying on them to create a variable search, I would like to see it actually implemented for this feature on the front end side, maybe even on the back end side. Alright, so that when a user clicks on an amenity, the Yelp call is made and they get all the amenity types, amenities in a specific region. It could be up to, I think the maximum radius that Yelp allows is 25 miles. And then once you have all those entries, from there you can actually compare the distances from specific amenities to property of interest and find a way to filter out amenities that aren't within a designated search radius. Alright, so essentially what I want to see implemented in further versions of BreazeHome, at least I hope is implemented, is that there's a variable search component to the neighborhood amenities feature. And one of the last shortcomings and things I wish could be implemented for this feature is a mix and match type of feature functionality for the neighborhood amenities feature. Because when you select an amenity and add it to the list of amenities so you can look at their details, you can only really select amenities within a given type. Once you switch another type, the amenities in that list are deleted. So I would like to see this also implemented in the future, so that you can select an amenity from, let's say you want to select a restaurant, then you also want to select maybe a park, and you want to select maybe a school, and you can see all of them in your amenity list and see them all on the map as well. So that's something I would like to see implemented. Now, if we actually go to the BreazeHome website, I can actually illustrate what exactly I am talking about. Because the first thing on my wish list was where we could remove categories that are empty. So things such as adoption services. There are no adoption services around this property, so in subsequent versions of BreazeHome, I would like to see this implemented where whatever category doesn't have any entries underneath it will be removed, so you don't see it in this list. The next thing I was talking about was the radius search, and here I can't really show it on the screen, but every single one of these amenities, and I'm gonna select one. So let's say if I can find an amenity. Alright, so let's say an amenity here. So every single one of these amenities will include a distance from the property. So essentially, in the subsequent versions of BreazeHome, I would like to see that once you get all the amenities for a specific category, that you filter out amenities from this list based on the distance from the property, so we can implement our own radius search instead of relying on the Yelp API, because they already give you the distance from a property, so you can do it yourself. And the last shortcoming and thing I'd like to see implemented in subsequent versions of BreazeHome is the mixing and matching of amenities. Because right now you see I'm in active life, and I have 3 amenities selected, and they're on my list. But the instant I decide to, let's say, check out something in, I don't know, accountants, my list is emptied and I can't add anything from there. So there's no mixing and matching, because right now I'm essentially stuck to just using what's in a specific amenity type. Once I move to a different amenity type, there's nothing, I can't keep what I had selected before in this list or on the map, because the instant you select something else, such as animal shelters, I don't even think there are any animal shelters around, everything's removed and cleared. So in subsequent versions of BreazeHome, it would be nice if you can mix and match amenities from different amenity types.